Hello creatives, let's talk shutter speed. Today we're diving into one of the most exciting parts of photography: shutter speed. Think of it as your camera's superpower. It lets you freeze a moment in time or create a dreamy blur of motion. Shutter speed is simply how long your camera's shutter stays open, controlling both light and how motion appears in your photo. Want to capture a bird mid-flight, wings sharp? Use a fast shutter speed. Want glowing car trails at night? Go slow. It's a tool for storytelling, letting you show energy or calm in a scene. Mastering shutter speed transforms your photos from snapshots to art. We'll break it down step by step so you can start experimenting with motion in your own unique way. Let's get started. Ready to take control of your photography? It all starts with understanding and mastering your camera's settings. We're going to dive into one of the most crucial elements: shutter speed. Let's find your shutter speed setting. This is where the magic happens, where you tell your camera how long to expose the sensor to light. On your camera, look for the mode dial. It's usually located on the top right. This dial is your gateway to different shooting modes. Set it to S, shutter priority. In this mode, you control the shutter speed, and the camera automatically adjusts the aperture for proper exposure. It's a great way to start experimenting. Or M, manual, for full control. Manual mode puts you in the driver's seat, allowing you to adjust both shutter speed and aperture independently. This gives you ultimate creative freedom. Use the main dial near your thumb or finger. This is often called the command dial. It's your primary tool for changing settings. To adjust the shutter speed, turning it one way will increase the speed, and the other way will decrease it. Watch the numbers change on your screen. You'll see fractions of a second, like 1/1000th, or whole seconds, indicated by a quotation mark, like 1, fast speeds like 1/1000th freeze action. Perfect for capturing fast-moving subjects like sports or wildlife. Think of it as a super quick blink. Slower speeds like 1/30th or 1 inch 1 second create blur. This is ideal for capturing motion, like flowing water or light trails. It allows more light to hit the sensor, brightening the image. Don't worry about taking a photo yet, we're just getting familiar with the controls. Just spin the dial and see how the numbers shift. Get a feel for how quickly the shutter speed changes as you turn the dial. This builds muscle memory, making adjustments second nature, so you can adjust quickly when shooting. When the perfect moment arises, you'll be ready to capture it without fumbling with settings. Get comfortable with your camera's controls now. Explore the different buttons and dials. It's the first step to creative confidence. The more you understand your camera, the more confident you'll be in your ability to create stunning images. Try moving from the fastest to the slowest speed, going through the entire range of available shutter speeds. And notice the range. Pay attention to how the numbers change and what they represent. The more you practice, the more familiar you'll become with the relationship between shutter speed and motion, the more natural it'll feel. Soon, adjusting shutter speed will become second nature, allowing you to focus on composition and capturing the perfect moment. Let's move on to what these speeds actually do and how they impact your photos. We'll explore the creative possibilities that shutter speed unlocks. Here's where the magic happens: freezing or blurring motion. Fast shutter speeds like 1/1000th. Freeze action. Water splashes, jumping friends, or flying birds become crisp and sharp. You'll see details you'd miss with the naked eye. Slow shutter speeds, like 1/15th or 1 second, blur movement, turning waterfalls silky or city lights into glowing trails. Anything moving becomes a streak. Anything still stays sharp. This contrast creates dynamic, artistic images. Use fast speeds for sports, wildlife, or energetic moments. Use slow speeds for creative effects, water, lights, or clouds. Both techniques tell different stories with your photos. Experiment with both to discover your style. Let's talk about when to use each. Alright, let's get practical and dive into the real-world applications of shutter speed. We're going to explore different scenarios and figure out the ideal shutter speed for each one. Think of this as your cheat sheet to capturing the perfect shot, no matter the situation. So the big question: when should you use fast or slow shutter speeds? It all boils down to the effect you want to achieve and the amount of light available. Understanding this balance is key to mastering your camera. For sports, where every millisecond matters, wildlife photography, capturing animals in their natural habitat, or even capturing kids in action, freezing those fleeting moments, start at 1/1000th of a second or even faster to completely freeze the moment. This will ensure that your subject is tack sharp, even when moving at high speeds. Now, for everyday portraits or capturing candid street scenes, where you want a balance between sharpness and natural motion, A shutter speed of 1/125th to 1/250th of a second is usually perfect, providing a sharp image but still retaining a natural feel. It's a sweet spot for general photography. Want that silky smooth water effect or capture mesmerizing light trails streaking across the night sky? Then you'll need to slow it down considerably to 1/2 second, 1 second, or even longer, depending on the desired effect and the ambient light. And when you're aiming for stunning star photos, capturing the vastness of the cosmos, try experimenting with shutter speeds from 15 to 30 seconds. Remember, slow shutter speeds let in significantly more light, making them absolutely ideal for low-light scenes, where capturing every bit of available light is crucial. However, you'll absolutely need a tripod to avoid any unwanted blur caused by camera shake. Conversely, fast shutter speeds require more light, so it's best to shoot in bright daylight conditions or compensate by raising your ISO sensitivity. Ultimately, the key is to use the right shutter speed for your specific subject and the story you're trying to tell. Using a tripod for slow shutter speeds is not just recommended, it's an absolute must. Because even the slightest blur from handshake can completely ruin an otherwise perfect shot. Next up, let's dive into the world of focus and make sure your photos are consistently sharp and detailed. Nothing's worse than a blurry shot you thought was perfect. The main culprit? Camera shake. Keep your shutter speed at least as fast as your lens's focal length 50mm lens, 1/50th second or faster. For slow speeds, always use a sturdy tripod. Hold your camera close, elbows in, and support the lens from underneath for stability. No tripod? Lean against something solid or rest your camera on a flat surface. Use your camera's timer or a remote shutter to avoid vibrations from pressing the button. Even a 2-second timer can make a big difference. These habits will keep your photos crisp, even at slow speeds. Invest in a tripod. It's a game changer. Ready to put this into practice? Let's try some challenges. All right, let's ditch the theory for a bit. It's time to get hands-on and really feel what shutter speed can do. We're going to put all that knowledge into action. I've got 3 fun challenges lined up for you. These aren't just exercises. They're designed to help you truly master shutter speed and see its creative potential. Each challenge focuses on a different aspect of shutter speed, from freezing action to creating beautiful motion blur. First up, we have the classic water splash. The goal is simple. Drop something interesting into water. A strawberry, a blueberry, even a small pebble will do. Then, use a super fast shutter speed, something like 1/1000th of a second or even faster. The aim here is to freeze the splash in mid-air, capturing every droplet with incredible sharpness and detail. You'll be amazed at the shapes and textures you can reveal that are normally invisible to the naked eye. Next, we're diving into the world of long exposure with light trails. For this one, you'll need to venture out at night. Find a safe spot by a road with moving traffic and set up your tripod. A sturdy tripod is essential for this challenge to avoid camera shake. Now, dial in a slow shutter speed, around 5 seconds, is a good starting point, but feel free to experiment. As cars pass by, their headlights will transform into glowing streaks of light, painting mesmerizing patterns across your image. This technique beautifully captures the movement of light over time. Our final challenge is all about motion and technique. Panning. Find a subject that's moving at a moderate speed, a cyclist, a runner, or even a car. Set your shutter speed to something relatively slow, like 1/30th of a second. The key here is to smoothly follow your subject with your camera as you take the shot. Keep them centered in your frame as you pan. When done correctly, the subject will appear sharp and in focus, while the background will blur into streaks of motion. The most important thing is to have fun and experiment. Don't worry about getting it perfect right away. Just try different settings and see what kind of effects you can create. For each challenge, try shooting at a range of different shutter speeds. Observe how the images change as you adjust the speed, and pay attention to the details. These exercises are designed to not only improve your technical skills, but also to boost your confidence and unlock your creative potential. Take the time to carefully review your shots after each challenge. Analyze what worked well and, more importantly, what didn't. The more you experiment and play with these techniques, the deeper your understanding of motion in photography will become. Don't be afraid to share your results with other photographers. Get feedback and see how others have approached the same challenges. Remember, every single attempt, whether successful or not, is a valuable learning opportunity. So, keep practicing, keep experimenting, and watch your skills grow rapidly. Now that you're armed with these challenges, Let's wrap things up and get you feeling inspired and ready to create some amazing images. You've got the tools, now go create. Shutter speed lets you freeze action or paint with motion. Use it to tell your story. Fast for action, moderate for everyday, slow for creative blur. Remember your tripod for long exposures. Hold steady, use a timer, and practice often. Don't be afraid to experiment and make mistakes. That's how you learn. Try the challenges. Water splashes, light trails, panning. Every photo is a chance to grow and see the world differently. Your creativity is your superpower. Use it. Thanks for joining me. Happy shooting.